When designing ventilation or smoke extraction systems, we often use manufacturers' solutions. We are mainly driven by the desire to save time and effort needed to create our own product families. Therefore, Promat has prepared 3D libraries for the Revit system, which provide a full package of tools and information that can positively affect the entire modeling process in BIM technology. Let's focus on the smoke exhaust system. As we can see, the file we are working on is a Promat template file in which the designer will find a set of all necessary families to model the system. The family set includes the following elements: straight duct, modeled as a duct fitting family, band, T. We have two types of the duct S-band, horizontal and vertical, symmetrical reducer and Y-type connection. The package also includes a cross, asymmetrical reducer and Y connection fitting. When modeling the duct system in Revit, we often use duct system families that have their basic routing preferences. That kind of family is also available in the Promat library package. In the routing preferences, we use only specified duct fittings, as you can see, mainly symmetrical. If you want to model a non-standard element, for example, a symmetrical reducer, you have to do it manually. I will show this in the next part of the presentation. So let's go back to the Promat system and libraries. As I have already mentioned, the designer has a set of libraries at his disposal that contains parameters. These parameters can be divided into three main groups. The first group concerns the construction of element in which additional equipment can be listed, for example, stripe, suspensions, and stiffeners. The designer can also specify the duct function, for example, whether the duct is an existing duct housing or not. He also has the ability to define the extension of the suspensions from the duct to fit the slab or ceiling. The second group of parameters regarding dimensions. It includes width, height, or for selected families is the length of the duct or the angle. We can also read the thickness of the board. The thickness is related to the parameters that define the fire resistance. In the third group, we can find board area from which the element will be made or the weight. Warnings are an important element of the Promat families. If the designer forgets about the limitations or exceeds certain values, for example, maximum duct width, an alert will appear with the following message. Each duct fitting has defined stiffeners and default suspensions, selected by declared appropriate fire resistance. When using such a prepared element, we don't have to worry about the selection of appropriate suspensions, stiffeners, stripes, because the library itself is so intelligent that the system does the work for us. As you can see on the screen, the design of smoke exhaust systems can be made with 4-sided or 3-sided duct variants, which are separate types of families. To start a project with the use of Promat libraries, first we have to transfer configured duct systems to our own project. We can do this in two ways. The first way is to copy the duct elements from the Promat source file to your own project. Another way is to use option called Transfer Project Standards. It is worth paying attention to the fact that during the transfer, only elements from the standard duct routing preferences pass. Custom fittings must be loaded independently. Also, copying can be used. Schedules are an important element of BIM technology. The designer can use a ready-made schedule from the Promat template by copying them from the source file to the project. He can also create a schedule on his own using the Promat shared parameters. It may include, for example, information about the manufacturer, element type, size, or a very important board area. It often happens that the design is constantly changing. Using the Promat families, the user can quickly correct the duct work, for example, by changing the width of the duct. All selected items will be updated. In addition, in this example, there is a reducer that can be adjusted to length.